Hey, Slaycation Squad. Welcome back to the channel where every tale is a spine-chilling journey into the unknown. I'm your host from the Abyss. And tonight, we're diving deep into the shadows of horror. But before we embark on this hair-raising adventure, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a scream. Seriously, you won't want to miss what we have in store for you tonight. The sun was setting over the orphanage, casting long shadows across the worn wooden floors. The creaking of the old building echoed through the halls, creating an eerie atmosphere that seemed to permeate every corner. The children huddled together in the main room, their eyes filled with both fear and curiosity as they awaited the presence of Santi's ghost. Carlos, the brave and daring leader of the group, stood at the center of the room. His raven black hair hung loosely around his face, accentuating his piercing green eyes, which were filled with determination. He held a small, worn-out journal in his hands, its pages yellowed with age. It was filled with stories and legends, passed down from generation to generation, about the supernatural world that lurked beyond their orphanage's walls. Listen up, everyone. Carlos's voice echoed through the room. We need to stay strong, even in the face of this ghostly presence. We cannot let fear control us. We have to protect the secrets that lie within these walls. The children nodded, their expressions a mix of determination and trepidation. They knew that the entity they were about to face was not to be taken lightly. Santi's ghost had become increasingly malevolent, appearing in their dreams, whispering haunting messages to them. It seemed to feed off their fears, growing stronger with each passing day. Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the room, extinguishing the flickering candles that lined the windowsills. The children's hearts pounded in their chests as they looked towards the main entrance, where Santi's ghost was said to make its presence known. And there, standing in the doorway, was Santi. His once vibrant, youthful face was now pale and distorted, his eyes sunken and filled with a haunting sadness. His emaciated figure swayed gently back and forth, as if caught in an eternal dance with the darkness. The children gasped, fear gripping their hearts like a vice. But Carlos stood firm. His gaze never wavered as he locked eyes with the apparition. He knew that he had to confront Santi, to uncover the truth behind the entity's rage. Santi, Carlos spoke, his voice steady but laced with concern. Why are you tormenting us? What do you want? The ghostly figure of Santi let out a mournful wail, his voice filled with agony and despair. The walls of the orphanage trembled under the weight of his sorrow, the children trembling in response. It was as if the entity's pain was palpable, seeping into every crack and crevice of the building. But Carlos stood strong, refusing to back down. We can help you, Santi, he said, his voice filled with compassion. Tell us what you need, and we will do everything in our power to assist you. The ghostly figure trembled, its ethereal form flickering like a dying flame. Slowly, it began to dissipate, the darkness receding like a wave retreating from the shore. The children watched in awe as Santi's ghost vanished into thin air, leaving behind a sense of melancholy and lingering unease. The tension in the orphanage lingered like a forgotten melody, filling the air with a palpable sense of danger yet to come. It was clear that Santi's ghost would not rest until it had found what it sought, until its unfinished business had been resolved. And the children knew that they had to be prepared for what lay ahead, for the darkness that awaited them in the depths of the orphanage. But as they huddled together, their hands entwined, they found solace in their unity. They knew that together, they could face anything that came their way. And with Carlos leading the way, their bond grew stronger, their resolve unwavering. Little did they know, however, that lurking in the shadows, Jacinto watched with a sinister gleam in his eyes. He had sensed the power that Santi's ghost possessed, and he would stop at nothing to claim it for himself. The tension in the orphanage was about to reach its boiling point, and only time would tell if the children would emerge unscathed from the darkness that surrounded them. As the days wore on, the tension within the walls of the orphanage seemed to grow thicker, twisting the air into a stifling web of fear and uncertainty. Dr. Casares, bearing the weight of the children's well-being on his weary shoulders, could sense the mounting unease. He knew the time had come for him to reveal the truth to a select few, to forge a bond of trust that could withstand the darkness inching ever closer. It was Carmen, a young girl with piercing green eyes and a haunted aura, who unknowingly unveiled the first glimpse of her connection to the orphanage. She found solace in the embrace of the wildflowers blooming on the outskirts of the grounds, their vibrant colors mirroring the depths of her spirit. Dr. Casares, with a knowing gaze, recognized the familiarity in her eyes as she delicately caressed each petal, as if whispering timeless secrets only they could comprehend. Carmen's silence spoke volumes, her introverted nature hiding a profound understanding of the orphanage's history and the secret it held. Dr. Casares, intrigued by her presence, approached her with cautious compassion. He shared his own war-torn stories, his voice trembling with the pain of memory, and invited her into the recesses of his heart. In that moment, a bond formed, a pact between kindred souls, forged in the shared sorrows of the past and the hope for a brighter future. As their relationship began to blossom, Carmen found comfort in Dr. Casares' unwavering dedication to the children. She marveled at his seemingly limitless compassion and steadfast commitment to their safety. Their bond became an invisible shield, warding off the demons that lurked within the shadowed corners of the orphanage. Meanwhile, Jacinto, ever the opportunist, sensed the growing alliance between Dr. Casares and Carmen. His eyes narrowed with suspicion, Suspicion that held the potential to unravel the carefully woven tapestry of secrets that protected the hidden gold. His greed-induced desperation fueled his determination to uncover the truth. His footsteps growing lighter as he silently slipped into the tangled labyrinth of forbidden rooms. As the days turned into restless nights, the tension within the orphanage deepened like a dark, foreboding fog. Jacinto's presence became increasingly sinister, as if the shadows breathed life into his malevolent soul. His once smiling face twisted into a grotesque mask of malice, mirroring the darkness that had consumed his being. The children, sensing the growing danger, gravitated towards Carlos, their natural-born leader. His spirit burned bright despite the encroaching darkness, his heart a beacon of light leading them forward. Carlos, feeling the weight of the burden resting on his young shoulders, vowed to protect the secrets of the orphanage with every ounce of his being. Together, Carlos, Dr. Casares, and Carmen formed an unbreakable trio, the embodiment of resilience in the face of abhorrent forces. Their bond, woven through shared sorrows and unspoken words, provided solace and strength amidst the encroaching chaos. And as they stood united, their spirits intertwined like the roots of ancient trees, they vowed to face whatever horrors awaited them, knowing that their bond would guide them through the darkest of nights. Little did they know, the battle they were destined to face was not only against a malevolent ghost and a greedy caretaker, but against the shadows of their own past. In the depths of their souls, the true test of their mettle awaited, their resolve tested as they ventured further into the heart of darkness. Desperate to protect the fragile flickers of hope that burned within them,